You know, you really have to love it when the media tries to pull a fast one and gets absolutely wrecked instead. You ever notice how the media loves to think that they are the smartest people in the room? And trust me, they're not. Remember the White House press pool thought he had a gotcha moment lined up for Trump's press secretary, but he ended up getting schooled in real time. Today, we're breaking down how Karoline Leavitt took an AP reporter's smug little question and turned it into a public lesson in economics. The press briefing wasn't just a response, it was a masterclass in handling media bias. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Become a subscriber if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, smack that like button, because it helps us get our message out. All right, so picture this. A smug AP journalist is sitting in a press briefing, thinking about how he's going to pull off the media equivalent to a bank heist. He's got the perfect setup and the perfect condescending tone. He's going to expose Trump's economic policies, throw Karoline Leavitt off her game, and walk out as a new hero of the White House press corps libnuts. Abilio Jim Acosta, eat your heart out. Check out this masterclass clip on how to handle a pompous jerk like a pro.
If we could just step back for a second. When President Trump last addressed the BRT when he was on the campaign trail, his big push was on tax cuts. He's going there today as he's proposing tax hikes in the form of tariffs.
Not true.
And I'm curious
He's not doing
why
that.
he's prioritizing that over the tax cuts.
He's actually not implementing tax hikes. Tariffs are a tax hike on foreign countries that, again, have been ripping us off. Tariffs are a tax cut for the American people. And the president is a staunch advocate of tax cuts. As you know, he campaigned on no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security benefits. He is committed to all three of those things, and he expects Congress to pass them later this year.
I'm sorry, have you ever paid a tariff? Because I have.
That's
they
it.
don't get charged on foreign companies. They get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press. Mary, go ahead.
You gotta love it, man, like a boss. His only problem was he forgot that Karoline Leavitt is not there to play games. That's what you call a full stop moment. The AP reporter who thought he was the smartest guy in the room just got reduced to background noise. You know, I was kind of surprised that the White House let the AP back in. The Associated Press, like Reuters, writes the stories, and then all the other fake news people use their stories to write their own. Some also use them as filler. And you have the Associated Press arguing with the White House about the Gulf of America versus the Gulf of Mexico. You just boot them out. You ban them from the White House press pool for being that way. And they can't say, you're violating the First Amendment because there were other reporters in the room. The Constitution doesn't say that the White House has to have a press conference, and it doesn't say that the White House has to have at least one person from every fake news network. But Leavitt, man, she just handed him his lunch in front of all his so-called colleagues. I thought the libnuts told us time and time again that Trump is never around strong women. And when you think about it, man, Leavitt, she didn't even flinch. She laid it out even more clearly. The ultimate goal of Trump's trade policies is fair and balanced trade that actually benefits Americans. Every other country wants to benefit themselves. Why shouldn't we benefit ourselves? Why? Because we have more money than them? That makes no sense. More revenue stays here. Wages are up and our country gets stronger. So the lefties, they would boo that because they're crazy. Let's talk about the bigger picture here. The media isn't just asking tough questions. They're trying to frame the narrative, distort reality, and mislead the American people. But in the Trump era, Trump 2.0, they're running into a problem. His team isn't afraid to call out their nonsense, and that extends to the White House press secretary. The press, the establishment, the elite, they all want you to believe that Trump's economic policies are somehow hurting the little guy. But the truth, his administration is doing exactly what it promised, putting America first. Now, here's the best part. Every time the media pulls a stunt like this, they're proving our point. They don't want fair trade. They don't want strong borders. They don't want an administration that actually fights for its people. They want weakness. They want submission. But Karoline Leavitt just reminded them that's not what they're getting this time around. This press conference wasn't just a win for the Trump administration. It was a win for common sense, for economic sanity, and for everyone who's tired of watching the media trying to manipulate the truth. So what's the takeaway here? Simple. The mainstream media keeps trying to play gotcha with the Trump administration. And every single time, they're the ones getting embarrassed. Karoline Leavitt just proved she's not only ready for the media spin machine, she's tearing it apart. And if this is how the Trump administration is handling things now, just imagine what's coming next. All right, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with Trump's policies, the latest media takedowns, and all the political drama that's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.
Whoa, whoa. Nah, I wouldn't bring nobody else out, Jack. When you see me, girl, you see that I'm